Hello there, everyone. So I figured I'd cover another chapter from my book. And once again, it has to do with job searches. Even though I'm not really actively searching for a job, I figured I would for you guys. And I would do so by applying what's in my book. So let's get started. More specifically, I'm going to be looking at this chapter, strengthening your resume CV with AI assistance. And basically, I'm going to follow this step by step. So let's see what it says. Upload your current resume and specify a target role or industry. So let's do this. So for a job, I'm really just going to kind of keep it random. I go to LinkedIn, it says top job picks for you. So I'm going to pick one of these. Let's say, I don't know, director of brand management. Why not? So I'll just use that as a title. So there we go. I uploaded my CV. I said my target role is director of brand management. And then I said conduct an ATS keyword audit of my CV. Highlight. You can tell I literally copied and pasted it from my book. But yeah, highlighting missing skills or terms commonly used in relevant job descriptions. And that's it. Let's see what it says. There we go. ATS keyword audit report, director of brand management. It says my CV demonstrates strong international business development, cross-cultural, blah, but it lacks critical brand management terminology that they do the scan for. And it lists what's missing. So it basically already completed what was going to be my next step. I was going to ask it for bullet points in order to improve upon what I have already. And as you can see, it gave more than enough information here. Recommended revision, include these ATS keywords in the future, areas of expertise section, etc., etc., etc. Okay, I won't read through the whole thing, but let's carry on. So I had the bullet point enhancements. I'm not going to waste time on that. And then have the model transform basic duties into achievement-oriented statements using the CAR, the Challenge Action Result Framework. So let's do this. Once again, I literally copied and pasted it. So let's see what it says. So here we go. So this is quite interesting. These are the companies that I've, Lugano Wedding is one of my companies. Books and Bitters is that I'm invested in. Lugano Translations, obviously. Here is just an organization I was part of. These are old companies. And it kind of went through each one of them and did this whole CAR format for pretty much every job I've had, including the consultancy ones. What these formats do is they make your CV a lot more attractive for these automatic machines and systems that these HR companies have in place. And also it just shows a lot more action-oriented things. Rather than just saying I worked a lot on accounting, it says something more concrete. And in fact, the next steps here is and incorporate quantifiable metrics where possible, which again, I see it already did because I see quite a few metrics in here already. Then I say, next, instruct AI to reorder and reformat your sections for maximum impact, placing your most marketable skills and accomplishments at the top and to suggest concise action verbs that convey leadership and ownership. So this is probably more for the freelancers because those of you looking for regular, steady office jobs probably just want to keep everything in chronological order, or reverse chronological order, I should say. So I'm going to skip that. I don't want to take too long. So the next thing I say is provide feedback on tone, clarity, or emphasis, and ask for 2 alternative phrasing options for any statement you'd like to refine further. So I'm going to take an example of that just to show what I mean. So here I took one of the phrases here. I said, emphasize teamwork more so a prospective boss will know that I'm a team player. Give me 2 alternative versions of this particular statement above. Click on here. And then you get 2 alternative versions, and then I can decide whether I want to use them or not. And in this way, it becomes very iterative, if you will, because if I give feedback on what it produced, and then I say, try to tweak this a little, try to tweak that a little, you're almost collaborating with the AI. And this is when I find you get the best results. Don't take what AI does just as is, but also learn to use AI and work with AI, if you will. Remember, AI is the assistant and you're the boss at all times. But this is I found a good way of quote unquote collaborating with it. And it has here as a final step, you can ask the AI to let you know the weak points of your resume in general and for specific jobs. So let's do that. What are the weak points of my resume with respect to the target role? Let's see what it says. And there we go. Okay, you don't have to list so many. But here you get an idea. So it lists what the weaknesses are and why, and it does it in a very clear manner, and so you can then work on it. I think there was a little bit more. Yeah, this can be useful in case you have the option for further education improvement experience. Yeah, exactly. And so if something's missing here, and not enough quantified brand relevant outcomes, and it seems like I don't have enough in branding, so now I can check if I want to get a certificate in branding or take a course in it, or maybe find a way to apply branding to what I do already, because then I can add that to my resume. And so this is a good thing to see if I want to improve myself. You can improve the resume all you want, but sometimes you also need to improve yourself, and this is a good way of seeing that. Yeah, then I have some prompt examples that you can use for resume optimization, and these literally, like I was doing before, you can just copy and paste them, and I'll just do one of them just to show you. So again, I literally copied and pasted, identify any generic or vague phrasing in my resume, and propose clear, more specific alternatives. And there we go. It shows what's generic and a sharper way, it says, but a sharper alternative that I can use. And it gives, once again, quite a few examples. So you can go through it and see which ones you want to use and which ones you don't. And once again, you can do this for all these prompt examples. And I think later on I have the example of a full prompt I used, for a freelance consultant when I was helping with their job. But anyway, I think this is enough to give a good idea as to what you can do and how you can go about this. Feel free to let me know if you have any other tips, but I wanted to keep this kind of very quick, clear, concise, and not go too much into the nitty-gritty like I do kind of later on in the chapter, and just show you what's possible. So hopefully you find it useful. If you do, and if you want to see other things like this, don't forget to subscribe, because this channel is going to be dealing with stuff like this, and how to use AI to further your business, to find new work and new job and new employment, or to further your own business as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, and as a business professional. So hopefully you found it useful. If you did, click like. If you didn't, then click dislike, I guess. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.
Everyone's using AI, but don't panic. Here's what I learned. AI won't replace you. It amplifies you. AI is your eager intern. For job searches, resume writing, and much, much more. AI for professionals and entrepreneurs shows you how. 71% of employers now prefer AI experience. Get prompts, templates, and workflows. Work with AI, not against it. Available now on Amazon. Stop panicking. Start thriving.